Hello, good morning, my fellow mothers. It's still me, singularly me, back to talk to you today. We will be talking about making decisions. Making decisions, I think that's a good topic to have. You will think that it's a rather big deal, but it's not. Every single moment of our lives, we are making decisions. When we wake up, we make a decision to get out of bed. We make a decision to eat breakfast or not to eat. We make a decision as to what we will have for breakfast. So every single day, we are making hundreds, we are making thousands of decisions. Now, as single parents, there are more serious decisions that we have to make. Some of us, like those that never got married, you had to make a decision, perhaps not to marry the man that's responsible for your pregnancy, or perhaps you even decided to marry him, but he chose not to marry you. For divorced women, some of us might have made the decision that, no, I have had enough of this man and I really need to leave this relationship. Or he actually made that decision and you had no choice but to accept it. And the same with single mothers that are widow. Perhaps your husband is dead and you have been asked to marry his younger or older brother. I don't know. I think some tribes still do that. And you decided that, no, you don't want it. Or you decided that, okay, I don't mind. And some of us might have made the decision that, no, I am not remarrying again, no matter what the situation is. So every single day we make decisions. Some are really unimportant, like what to eat for breakfast, and some are life-changing. For example, should I marry him? Should I go back to school? Should I go and learn a trade? All those are the kind of life-changing decisions that we made every day. Now we have children, so many times when we make our decisions, we also have to consider our children. If you remember, I have told you before, your pastors, your parents, your friends, what the society are not important people to consider when you're making your decisions. So if you still think about all those people when you're making your decisions, you need to have a rethink, you need to have a brain reset and understand that those category of people, they are not important when you are making a decision. What to do next? Do you want to remarry? Do you want to marry the father of your child? Do you want to marry someone else? Do you want to remain single for the rest of your life? Now, your partner is not important. Your mother is not important. Your siblings, your friends, your colleagues, your bosses, they are not important. Now that we have sorted out who are the unimportant people, I think we need to come back to who are the important people to think about when you are making decisions that concern you and your children. The first thing I would like you to consider, who will be impacted by your decisions? Tell me, you think about it. I'll give you a couple of seconds. Think about it. If you decide that today you want to remarry, who will be most impacted by that decision? You decide today that I want to return this child to his father's family and live alone as a single woman, no child to be a burden. Who is most impacted by your decision? If you decide today, I have had a child at 19 years old, I can't go back to school anymore, who is most impacted by that decision? Okay, write that down somewhere. Now, the next thing is, when you make a decision, who do you think should be the most, list three people or three people that you think would be the most important for you to consider when you're making your decisions. Go on, write the list. I am writing mine. You write them in the order of importance. Three people that you think would be most important for you to consider when you're making your decisions. I need you to write 3. Okay, I have written my own 3. What are the 3 people that you have written? Okay, myself, I have written myself. I am the most important person that I need to consider when I'm making my decision. The next is my children. They are the next important people I need to consider when I'm making my decisions. And number 3, can you take a guess? I'm sure that would have been the most difficult for you to write. 3 other people that will be impacted by my decisions. They are the 3rd set of people I think about. But you know what? Do you know who came first? Me. Do you know why? Because I am the most important person to me. My children, they are important to me, but they are not the most important person to me. My relatives are somewhere along the line, they are important, but they are not the most important to me. The person I will marry or not marry is not the most important person to me. It is myself. Do you know why? For Christians, you will say that God says love your neighbor as who? Yourself. So who should you love first? Yourself. Okay, let's look at it from this angle. My children are the most important to me. Fine. Now, if I am so depressed, I cannot get up and take care of my children. How am I helping them? If my children wake up every day, see me being battered mentally and physically, how do you think that is going to impact on their mental well-being? That is if you think your children are the most important. I will tell you something today. When you're making any decision at all, you are the first person you should think about. You are the most important. When you are making your decisions, think me. Is this going to make me happy? It is going to make me a better person. It is going to help me achieve my aims and goals for my future. Will this decision take me to that end that I wish for myself? If it will not, then you shouldn't even consider it at all. So when you want to divorce, if that is the decision you have made, think, does this help me first become a better person? Does this help me achieve peace? Does this make me a happier person? Does this give me room to become the kind of person I wish to be? If all your answers are yes, 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 then you can go on, my children. If me being a better person, a happier person, a more productive person, if this decision make me that, how does it help my children? My children being alone with me, in a happy relationship with me, does it make them a better person? Does it make them happier? Does it make them does it give them room to expand and be better people? If your answer is yes, then you can go on to the next question, the 3rd one. Who are the other people that are impacted by my decision? Who will suffer? Okay, who will suffer? At the moment, I can't even think of who else will suffer from any decisions I make. For example, if I was living an abusive relationship, the person abusing me, I choose to leave him. How does he suffer from it? I don't see it. My parents, how do they suffer for it? I don't see it. Maybe if I have to go and move in with them, okay, I'll take up a little bit of their space, okay? So how does it really impact them? Does it impact them more than it impacts me, that is the most important person? I don't think so. So the first thing is me. Does this decision make me a better, happier, peaceful, productive person? Then, does this decision make my children better? Then lastly, how is it impacting on anyone else? Thank you. I hope you have learned something today. Bye.